The order of reaction is determined by the integrated rate equations, and along with this there are different methods for determining the order of reactions and to examine or identify the role of each component, that is the in a reaction, in a particular reaction, the components such as reactants, such as product. Okay, so these are the important components. Along with these, the time is also an important component, because as the time proceeds, the reactant is converted into the product. It means that the concentration of the reactant decreases and the concentration of the product increases. Okay, so in a reaction, the concentration of the reactant or the reactant, the product, and the time, these are the important components. And every method requires the measurement of concentration of the reactant or the concentration of the product at different time intervals. Okay, so for using these components, by using these components, the order of reactions determined, and there are different methods for determining the order of reactions. So here we have the integrated rate equation method or integrated method. Then we have the graphical method, we have the half-life period method, and the Ostwald's isolation methods. So these are the important methods, and we will study one by one. So first we take the method of integration or integrated method. Now in this method, this is the most simple method in which the amount of reactant, amount of product with respect to time is determined. Okay, so here the variation of the reactant concentration with the time in a chemical reaction is studied, or the variation of the product concentration with the time in a chemical reaction is studied. Okay, so this method is also known as the hit and trial method. So in this method, the reactant concentration is determined, the product concentration is determined with respect to time. So reactant concentration, जैसे हम लोग initial concentration of reactant, we assume that it is A, suppose, and the concentration of the product or the amount of product is X. Okay, so A is the initial concentration, X is the amount of the product which is formed at the different time interval. And जब हम लोग reactant के लिए different time interval में amount find out करते हैं, तो हम लोग उसको कैसे represent करते हैं? A minus X, और जिस particular letter से हम लोग product को represent कर रहे हैं, उससे हम लोग initial concentration से minus करते हैं. Okay, so by this way, in a reaction, we calculate the X for the product at a different time interval. Then the value of A minus X, X and T are introduced into the different rate equations. Now, in the last class, I have discussed the different rate equations, that is the integrated rate equations. ठीक है, तो जो values हमें obtain होती हैं, that is the value of X, value of the product, then value of the reactant at a different time interval. All these values and according and with the time, यहाँ पर हमारे पास क्या है? प्रोडक्ट का अमाउंट हमें पता होता है, रिएक्टेंट का अमाउंट हम लोग फाइंड आउट करते हैं, और उसके साथ ही हम लोग टाइम इंटरवल को भी फाइंड आउट करते हैं. ठीक है, टाइम इंटरवल मींस जैसे हमने रिएक्टेंट का अमाउंट फाइंड आउट किया आफ्टर 5 मिनट्स, तो यहाँ पर हमारा क्या हो जाएगा? टाइम इंटरवल 5 हो जाएगा. देन अनदर सेकेंड टाइम वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड या फाइंड आउट द रिएक्टेंट अमाउंट आफ्टर 10 मिनट्स, तो ये हमारा क्या हो जाएगा? T इक्वल टू 10 हो जाएगा. तो इस तरीके से डिफरेंट टाइम इंटरवल में, जिस टाइम इंटरवल में, जिस टाइम पे हम लोगों ने रिएक्टेंट या प्रोडक्ट का अमाउंट मेजर किया था, दैट टाइम इज आल्सो यूज्ड. ओके, सो ऑल दीज डेटा व्हिच वी हैव कलेक्टेड through the experiment, these values are put into the integrated rate equation. Okay, and after that the value of rate constant is calculated at different time interval. Okay, now at different time interval the value of rate constant is calculated, and this, if we get a constant value of rate constant, okay, it means the reaction follows that particular order. Means suppose if we have taken the first order reaction integrated rate equation, that is K equal to 2.303 upon T log A upon A minus X. Okay, this is for the first order reaction. Now from the experiment we have find out the value of A minus X. A की value initial amount जो भी हम लोगों ने लिया है we have known, वो हमें पता है. A minus X की value हम लोगों ने अलग अलग टाइम इंटरवल पे कैलकुलेट किया, जैसे 5 मिनट्स पे कैलकुलेट किया, फिर 10 पे 20 पे किया, पे 15 है ना, 15, 20, 25, सो 5 मिनट्स के गैप पे हम लोगों ने रिएक्टेंट के कंसंट्रेशन को फाइंड आउट किया है, कैलकुलेट किया ना। ये सारी वैल्यूज जो है वो हम लोग के की वैल्यू में पुट करेंगे, है ना, इस रेट इक्वेशन में पुट करेंगे। तो ये जो हमारा रेट इक्वेशन है, दिस रेट इक्वेशन इज used for determining the value of rate constant. Okay, तो rate constant जब हम लोग determine करते हैं तो each time interval के लिए determine करेंगे, that is rate constant for 5 minutes, rate constant for 10 minutes, rate constant for 20 minutes, rate constant for 30 minutes, जितनी बार हम लोगों ने reactant की concentration को find out किया होगा, ठीक है। Now if we get same value of the rate constant or nearly same value of the rate constant, it means the reaction follows the first order kinetics. Okay, now same value of rate constant का मतलब क्या हो गया कि अलग अलग टाइम इंटरवल पे जो हमारा स्पीड ऑफ द रिएक्शन था वो हमारा सेम था, ठीक है, उस स्पीड ऑफ द रिएक्शन में ज्यादा चेंजेस नहीं हुए हैं, जिससे हमें रेट कांस्टेंट की वैल्यू कांस्टेंट मिलती है। ओके, सो दिस मेथड इज आल्सो नोन एज हिट एंड ट्रायल मेथड। हिट एंड ट्रायल मेथड मींस कि यहाँ पर हम लोग डिफरेंट रेट इक्वेशंस में वैल्यूज पुट करते हैं, प्रोडक्ट की वैल्यू, रिएक्टेंट की वैल्यू एंड टाइम की वैल्यू, एंड पुट करने के बाद हम लोग के की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करते हैं, रेट कांस्टेंट की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करते हैं, एंड इफ वी गेट अ कांस्टेंट वैल्यू ऑफ के, it means that the reaction follows a particular order of reaction, जिसमें हम लोगों ने वैल्यूज को पुट किया था। Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the first method. Now after this method, next method is the graphical method, and in the graphical method, as we have already discussed, that a graph is plotted between the concentration of the reactant versus time. Okay, and here we get a slope, or from that slope the value of k is calculated. Okay, so this graphical method is useful in comparison to the integrated rate equation method, because यहाँ पर हमारे पास graphical, in this graphical method, if it does not know the initial concentration of the reactant, then it is easily calculated or find out from the graphical method. See in the graph, that is the first, the graph is plotted between a minus x versus time. So in this case, we get a slope or a straight line in decreasing, declining straight line milti hai, and here we have an intercept. Okay, so this intercept gives the value of a. So graphical method से अगर हमें reactant की initial concentration पता नहीं है, so it can be easily find out. For example, जैसे हम लोग को experiment start कर रहे हैं, and if we have taken the 2 ml of the reactant, but somehow the data, that data is missed, है ना, from us, डेटा मिस हो जाता है, या हम लोग उस वैल्यू को लिखना भूल जाते हैं, या मिसप्लेस हो जाता है, रिमेम्बर नहीं रहता है, ठीक है। तो इस सारे केसेस में क्या होगा, व्हेन वी प्लॉट अ ग्राफ, देन वी गेट एन इंटरसेप्ट। ओके, तो ये जो हमारी इंटरसेप्ट की वैल्यू आती है किसी भी ग्राफ में, this intercept value gives the initial concentration of the reactant. It means at the starting of the reaction कितना हमने reactant लिया था, that is easily find out from the graph. Okay? So पहले भी हम लोग डिस्कस कर चुके हैं graph, means when I have discussed the integrated rate equation, in that case also I have discussed the graph. ठीक है, so for this first order reaction, the graph is plotted between log a minus x upon time versus time के बीच में हम लोग ग्राफ प्लॉट करते हैं, एंड फॉर द सेकंड ऑर्डर रिएक्शन द ग्राफ इज प्लॉटेड बिटवीन 1 upon a minus x वर्सेस टाइम। ठीक है, सो इन दिस केस ईच में हम लोग को डिफरेंट स्लोप्स मिलते हैं, एंड हियर वी हैव इन ईच ग्राफ वी हैव एन इंटरसेप्ट, and from this intercept we can easily calculate the value of initial concentration of the reactant. So this is the advantage of the graphical method over the other method. Okay, so in this, the rate constant of reaction is easily evaluated with the slope of the straight line if the initial concentration of the, and देखो यहाँ पर हमें दो चीजें important होती हैं, और from the graphical method we get the two things. That is, first we can easily calculate the value of k, rate constant की value हम लोग calculate कर सकते हैं, and second thing is that if the initial concentration of the reactant is unknown to us, then it can be easily determined with the help of an intercept. Okay, is that clear to you all? So next After the graphical method, now after the graphical method, next method is the half-life period. Now, this half-life period is also very important, and half-life period is the time at which half of the reactant disappears, and this experiment is repeated with different but equal initial molecular concentration of the reactant. ठीक है, तो जैसे लास्ट क्लास में भी हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था, एंड in for each integrated rate equation we have calculated the half life period of reaction. So half life period और T half का मतलब होता है कि it is the time at which half of the reactant is converted into the product. Okay, that is the half life period. So in this half life period, the T half is found out. T half is calculated, and for calculating the T half, जो भी experiment, जो भी setup हम लोग लगाते हैं, that is repeated with the different but equal initial molecular concentration of the reactant. Okay? Now in this case, for the T half, if the T half value is directly proportional to A, directly proportional to A means the T half increases on increasing the concentration of the initial concentration of the reactant, or the T half decreases on decreasing the initial concentration of the reactant. Means जब reactant की concentration का direct effect पड़ रहा है T half में, it means ये जो हमारी reaction होगी, this reaction follows the zero order kinetics. Okay. Now second case, if the T half is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant, it means first order reaction पे हमारा क्या था, तो इस केस में हमारा क्या हो जाएगा, the reaction is first order. That is for the first order reaction, T half is equal to 0.693 upon K. So यहाँ पर in the rate equation or T half equation for the first order reaction, there is no value of A. A is not related with the T half. So it means the T half does not changes either if we change the initial concentration of the reactant or if we decrease the initial concentration of the reactant. ठीक है, तो हम लोग initial concentration of the reaction को reactant को increase करें या decrease करें, उसका कोई भी इफेक्ट जो है T half की वैल्यू पे नहीं पड़ेगा. Okay. Now next we have the, for example, next we have a T half for second order reaction. That is for the second order reaction, T half equal to 1 upon Ka or 1 upon Ak. इसका मतलब क्या हो गया कि T half is inversely proportional to initial concentration of the reactant. It means अगर हम लोग initial reactant के concentration को increase करते हैं तो T half की value decrease करेगी, and if we decrease the concentration of the reactant, then the T half value increases. ठीक है, तो ये इसका क्या है, reactant का concentration का inverse effect पड़ता है on the T half value for the second order reaction. Okay. And for the nth order reaction के लिए हमारा क्या जाएगा, T half equal to 1 upon K A n minus 1. Okay. So this is how from the T half value, from the half life period of a reaction, we find out the order of reaction or we determine the order of reaction. इतना क्लियर है बेटा आप लोगों को? Now next we have the Ostwald's isolation method. Now this Ostwald's अभी तक जो हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था, that was for simple reactions. Now what about the complex reactions? जहां पर more than 2 reactants are there or 2 reactants are there and the number of molecules which participate in the reactions are higher, greater. ठीक है, so for that case we have an Ostwald's isolation method. Now this Ostwald's isolation method is generally applicable to a reaction in which more than 1 reactants are involved. That is for the complex reactions. Now in this Ostwald's isolation method, the reactants, the concentration of all the reactant except one is taken in excess, and the order of the reaction is determined by any method with respect to the reactant which is taken in excess. Okay? For example, suppose we have the 2 reactant A and B, and in that 2 reactant we take the concentration of A in excess and concentration of B in small amount. ठीक है, 2 reactant है हमारे पास उन 2 रिएक्टेंट्स में से एक रिएक्टेंट के कंसंट्रेशन को हम लोग एक्सेस में लेते हैं और दूसरे रिएक्टेंट के कंसंट्रेशन को हम लोग बहुत माइन्यूट क्वांटिटी में लेंगे, स्मॉल अमाउंट में लेंगे, मींस सूडो ऑर्डर रिएक्शंस हम लोग प्रिपेयर करते हैं। नाउ इन दिस केस जिस रिएक्टेंट की कंसंट्रेशन को हम लोग स्मॉल अमाउंट में लेते हैं, उसी रिएक्टेंट के रेस्पेक्ट में हम लोग ऑर्डर को फाइंड आउट करते हैं। Now for finding the order of reaction, we have the different methods. That is, we have the integrated rate equation method, we have the graphical method, we have the next that is the half life period method. ठीक है, तो किसी भी मेथड से हम लोग ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन को फाइंड आउट करते हैं एंड द reactant which is taken in excess, it is not determined. Okay, so जो हमारा लेस अमाउंट ऑफ reactant होता है उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं that reactant is isolated from the reactant which are taken in excess. ठीक, so the less amount of the reactant is isolated from the reactant which is taken in excess, and the order of reaction is determined by the number of molecules of the reactant isolated, है ना. तो here we have an isolated reactant. So isolated reactant का मतलब क्या हो गया, the reactant which is taken in small amount. देखिए कोई भी चीज होती है जो भी अगर हमारे पास एक्सेस में इफ वी हैव समथिंग इन एक्सेस, देन if we withdraw minute quantity or small amount from that excess substance, then उसकी concentration पे बहुत ज्यादा इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ता है. And if we have a substance in very small amount, और उस स्मॉल अमाउंट से हम लोग कुछ भी स्मॉल अमाउंट को विड्रॉ करते हैं, जैसे सपोज हमारे पास 2 ml ऑफ वाटर प्रेजेंट है एंड उस 2 ml से हम लोग 0.5 ml या 0.2 ml को विड्रॉ कर लेंगे, तो उसके कंसंट्रेशन पे इफेक्ट पड़ेगा. मीन्स जो हमारा अमाउंट होगा दैट विल बिकम लेस एंड इट विल बी सीन इजिली. ठीक है, सो जो भी रिएक्टेंट हमारा स्मॉल अमाउंट पे होता है उसके कंसंट्रेशन पे इफेक्ट पड़ता है, और जो रिएक्टेंट हमारा लार्ज अमाउंट पे होता है उसके कंसंट्रेशन पे इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ता है. सो दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इज यूज्ड टू फाइंड आउट द ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन. So here in the Oswald's isolation method, the reactant which is taken in small amount is isolated from the reactant which is present in excess. Okay, and the order of the reaction is find out by the number of molecules of the isolated reactant. जो भी हमारा isolated reactant है, from that isolated reactant, the order of reaction is find out. Okay, and finally we find out the total order of reaction. And here the total order of reaction is sum of the order of all the isolated reactants. ठीक है, तो जितने भी हमारे isolated reactants होंगे उनका जो sum आएगा that will give the total order of reaction. For example, here we have taken an example that is the reaction between the FeCl3 ferric chloride and strontium chloride. Here in this reaction 2 molecules of FeCl3 reacts with 1 molecule of SnCl2 for the formation of 2 molecules of ferrous chloride FeCl2 plus SnCl4. Okay, so in this reaction the total order of the reaction is 3. Now how it is calculated? Now first case, first we will take FeCl3 in excess and SnCl2 in small amount. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर हमारे पास 2 reactant है. Now among these 2 reactant, 2 molecules of FeCl3 reacts with 1 molecule of SnCl2. तो अब यहाँ पर हम लोग क्या करेंगे, एक रिएक्टेंट को एक्सेस में लेंगे और दूसरे रिएक्टेंट को स्मॉल अमाउंट में लेंगे. सो हियर फर्स्ट स्टेप वी टेक FeCl3 in excess and SnCl2 in small amount. अब जो भी रिएक्टेंट हमारा स्मॉल अमाउंट में प्रेजेंट होगा उसके रेस्पेक्ट में हम लोग ऑर्डर फाइंड आउट करेंगे. सो SnCl2 का हमारा 1 molecule of SnCl2 is used in the reaction. तो इसका मतलब हमारा क्या हो जाएगा, ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन इज 1 with respect to SnCl2. Okay, now in the second case we take ferric chloride FeCl3 in small amount and SnCl2 in excess. Okay, तो जब हम लोग ऑर्डर फाइंड आउट करेंगे तो किसके रेस्पेक्ट में फाइंड आउट करेंगे, द सब्सटेंस और द रिएक्टेंट व्हिच इज टेकन इन स्मॉल अमाउंट. तो हियर इन द सेकंड स्टेप द FeCl3 is taken in small amount, but in the reaction 2 molecules of FeCl3 is used इन अ रिएक्शन. यहाँ पर ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन हमारा क्या हो जाएगा, 2 हो जाएगा. सो ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्शन विद रेस्पेक्ट टू SnCl2 इज 1 and order of reaction with respect to FeCl3 is 2. So total order of reaction is equal to 1 plus 2, that is 3. Third order reaction. ये जो हमारा reaction है, this reaction follows the third order reaction and the order is calculated with the help of Oswald's isolation method. which was given by the Oswald in 1902. Okay, इतना clear है आप लोगों का बेटा? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, clear.
So this
Yes,
is
ma'am.
all these. Okay, beta. So all these are the methods to find out the order of reaction, and in the PDF I have given certain data also, that is in the PDF. The PDF is comparative study of the order of reaction. ठीक है, ये पूरा डेटा है जो हम लोग पहले क्लास में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. So this is the comparative data. How the graph is plotted between the rate versus concentration. How the plot from the integrated rate equation each के लिए. ठीक है, यहाँ पर हमारे पास comparative data है, and after that comparative data सूडो ऑर्डर रिएक्शन के लिए भी मैंने आप लोगों को पीडीएफ सेंड कर दिया है. ठीक, सो इसको आप लोग पढ़ लीजिएगा क्योंकि हम लोग क्लास में पहले डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. एंड इन केस इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट देन यू विल आस्क. ओके, so already all these have been discussed in the class. Now after that, after the method of determining order of reaction, next we comes to the theories of reaction rate, that is the effect of temperature on the reaction rate. Now Ravi, share the another PDF, second PDF which I have sent you. The effect of temperature. So as we have already seen that because of the temperature effect, the speed of the reaction increases. Okay, means जब temperature increase करेंगे तो rate of reaction increase करता है on, and on decreasing the temperature the rate of reaction decreases. ठीक है, so this is studied in the effect of temperature. So the effect of temperature on the reaction rate means temperature has a great effect on the rate of reaction, and the rate of reaction increases with increase in temperature. Means जैसे जैसे temperature increase करते जाएंगे rate of reaction increase करती है. That is the speed of the reaction become faster and reaction completes in a short time period. Okay, so this rate of reaction is expressed in terms of temperature coefficient, which is defined as the temperature coefficient is the ratio of the rate constant of the reaction at two temperatures which is differed by 10 degrees Celsius. ठीक है, तो कभी भी जब रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन को हम लोग स्टडी करते हैं देन इट इज स्टडीड इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेम्परेचर कोएफिशिएंट, एंड फॉर एवरी 10 degree increase in temperature, the rate of reaction becomes 2 to 3 times. Okay, so how this is find out? This is find out with the help of temperature coefficient. It means यहाँ पर हम लोग rate constant की value we take the two rate constant values at different temperatures and the ratio is calculated. Okay, so this temperature coefficient is actually the ratio of the rate constant of a reaction at two different temperatures, and generally the difference between the temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर 10 डिग्री सेल्सियस का डिफरेंस होता है दो टेम्परेचर्स के बीच में, and ratio is calculated. So after calculating the ratio, the temperature coefficient, we get the temperature coefficient value that is 2 to 3, means the rate of reaction increases 2 to 3 times for every 10 degree increase in temperature. Okay, so this 10 degree increase in temperature results into 2 folds or 3 folds increase in the rate of reaction. For example, for HI, that is for the decomposition of hydrogen iodide, two molecules of hydrogen iodide decomposed into hydrogen molecule and the iodine molecule, and here the temperature coefficient is 2. It means the rate of reaction increases 2 times for every 10 degree increase in temperature. Okay, so here generally जब हम लोग rate equation लिखते हैं, then how we write the rate equation? That is rate equal to, rate is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant and power. Power means here we write the number of molecules which participate in the reaction. So that power indicates the order of reaction. Okay, so rate of reaction is equal to rate constant into reactant concentration to the amount of the reactant or the number of molecules which participate in the reaction, which gives the order of the reaction. Now this equation shows that it is the rate constant which is temperature dependent term. ठीक है, तो किसी भी रिएक्शन में जो हमारा रेट कांस्टेंट होता है दैट इज द टेम्परेचर डिपेंडेंट टर्म, बिकॉज द रिएक्टेंट कंसंट्रेशन जो होता है इट नेवर वर्चुअली इफेक्टेड बाय द इंक्रीज इन टेम्परेचर, चाहे आप टेम्परेचर को इंक्रीज करें या डिक्रीज करें, बट जो हमारा एक्चुअल अमाउंट ऑफ द रिएक्टेंट होगा, reactant का जो concentration होगा that will always remain same. There is no change in the concentration of the reactant. Now here the temperature dependent means unless the mechanism of the reaction changes, जब तक हम लोग reaction के mechanism को change नहीं करते हैं, an increase in the temperature will have no effect on the order of reactions. So here two factors are there, means the concentration of the reactant has no effect of the temperature, and the temperature effect is there when the mechanism of the reaction changes. Okay, then only the increase in the temperature will have the no effect on the order of reaction. Okay, otherwise as the temperature increases the rate of reaction also increases. Okay, now this temperature effect was first given by the Arrhenius. Arrhenius was a person who first shows the temperature effect. Okay, and it is given by the Arrhenius equation. In 1889, the Arrhenius gave the Arrhenius equation, which defines the relationship between the value of rate constant and the absolute temperature. Okay, so this from the Arrhenius equation we get the relationship between the value of the rate constant and absolute temperature effect. Okay, so here there is an, according to the Arrhenius equation, with increase in the temperature, according to equation ln k, that is natural ln k equal to b minus t upon t, or small change in ln k upon small change in the concentration of the small change in the rate constant with respect to time is equal to c upon t square. So here b and c are constant for a particular reaction. किसी भी reactions के लिए these are the equation values and these are the constant value for a reaction, and T is the temperature. Now this reaction can be written as, there is another reaction that is K equal to, in a simple form, A into exponential E upon RT. Now here E is the activation energy, A is the Arrhenius factor, that is A is known as the Arrhenius factor, and this is the frequency of collision and the orientation of the reacting molecules. Okay, this A is the Arrhenius equation, which is the frequency of the collision, how the reactant molecules are colliding with each other when they are properly oriented. Okay, so this is the value of A. Now EA minus RT represents the fraction of molecules having energies equal to or greater than activation energy. Okay, so from the Arrhenius equation, the value of activation energy is calculated. Now we take the log of the above equation, that is equation 1. By taking the log of the equation 1, we get, that is ln k equal to ln A minus EA upon RT. This is equation 1. अब अगर हमें ग्राफ प्लॉट करना है, for that we must have the different values of K. So if K1 and K2 are the rate constant of the reaction at temperature T1 and T2. Now यहाँ पर हम लोग क्या है, different temperatures पे rate constant find out करते हैं, and using that rate constant values a graph is plotted. Okay, so here we have the first equation, that is the simple Arrhenius equation, K equal to A E minus E exponential minus E upon RT. Okay, and here we have the second equation where the log has been taken, that is ln K equal to ln A minus EA upon RT. Now this, from this second equation we have the two value of rate constant at different temperatures. So this second equation हम लोग इस तरीके से लिखेंगे, from the second equation ln K1 equal to ln A minus EA upon RT1. This is for first rate constant, and for the second, that is ln K2 equal to ln A minus EA upon RT2. Okay, now on subtracting equation third from equation fourth, तो एक हमारा इक्वेशन थर्ड है, दूसरा हमारा इक्वेशन फोर्थ है, दोनों इक्वेशन को हम लोग सब्सट्रैक्ट करेंगे, दैट इज इक्वेशन थर्ड इज सब्सट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम इक्वेशन फोर्थ, and we get ln K2 minus ln K1 equal to minus EA upon RT, 1 upon T2 minus 1 upon T1. और सिंपली हम लोग उसको कैसे लिख सकते हैं, ln K2 अपॉन K1 इक्वल टू माइनस E अपॉन RT T1 minus T2 upon T1 into T2. Okay. Now, here we take the log of K2 upon K1 equal to minus E upon RT equal to A upon 2.303 T2 minus T1 upon T1 into T2. Reverse कर देंगे हम लोग, ठीक है. So when we reverse this, then the negative value is cancelled, and here we have a formula for calculating the value of activation energy, that is EA. ठीक है, तो here we have log of K2 upon K1 equal to EA upon 2.303 T2 minus T1 upon T1 into T2. Okay, so this is how we find out the value of EA. तो अगर हमें activation energy की value find out करनी है तो हमारा क्या हो जाएगा, that is EA equal to 2.303 upon 2.303 R upon T2 minus T1 into T2 log of K2 upon K1. ठीक है, so by measuring the rate constant at two different temperatures, the activation energy can be easily calculated. Okay, so from the Arrhenius equation, we can easily calculate the activation energy for a reaction. Okay, so this equation has the effect of temperature on the rate constant. So from this equation, we can easily calculate, we can plot a graph between ln K versus 1 upon T, and we get a slope. Here we have an intercept. From the intercept, we get a value of A, that is the Arrhenius factor, and from the slope we can easily calculate the value of activation energy. Okay, is that clear? So next we have the concept of the activation energy. Now this concept of the activation energy is studied according to the collision theory of reaction rate. Okay. Now this collision theory of reaction rate generally takes place only by the collision between the reacting molecules. So when the reactant comes together, then there is a collision between the reactant, the old bond is broken and the new bond is formed. It means the bond which is present in a reactant is broken, and that reactant molecule, after breaking of the bond, the reactant molecule is converted into the product. So all the collisions may not be affected by the, so it is not necessary, it is not important that जितने भी collisions occur हो रहे हैं, that affects the reactant molecule and which is converted into the product. Okay, so all the collisions may not be affected enough to induce a chemical reaction. So it is not necessary, it is not important that all the collision is responsible for the formation of the product. Okay, कुछ collisions हमारे ऐसे होते हैं, molecules collide करते हैं, but that molecule is not converted into the product. And the collision is less between the molecules, the old bond is not broken, and if the old bond is not broken, then there is no formation of the new bond. Okay? So there are two important conditions for the collisions between the reactant molecules to be productive. Okay, to be productive means for the formation of the product. So in this case, the first is the colliding molecule must have sufficient kinetic energy to cause the reaction. This is the first important factor. So the colliding molecules must have the sufficient kinetic energy, because of which the reaction results or the reactant is converted into the product. Okay, so here the total number of collision between the reactant particles results into the how many number of collision is responsible for the conversion of the reactant into the product. This is the main factor कि कितने reactant जो है वो हमारे product में convert हुए हैं, और ये हमारा किसके पे डिपेंड करता है, डिपेंड अपॉन द टोटल नंबर ऑफ द कोलिशन टेकिंग प्लेस बिटवीन द रिएक्टेंट मॉलिक्यूल्स. सो व्हेन द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ द एनी रिएक्टेंट is increased, so the number of collision per unit time पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम इंक्रीजेस। जब आप किसी भी रिएक्टेंट के कंसंट्रेशन को इंक्रीज करते हो तो एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड पे एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया पे नंबर ऑफ कोलिजन्स इंक्रीज कर जाते हैं बिकॉज लार्ज नंबर ऑफ रिएक्टेंट आर प्रेजेंट इन दैट वॉल्यूम. ओके, so because of the greater number of particles per unit volume is responsible for the large number of collision taking place between the reactant molecule. So increase in the number of collision implies a greater reaction rate. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर क्या है, अगर यहाँ जब नंबर ऑफ कोलिजन इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं इसका मतलब क्या है कि रिएक्शन रेट जो है वो फास्टर हो रही है. इज दैट क्लियर? दिस इज द फर्स्ट कॉन्सेप्ट. Now, second concept is that the reactant molecules must collide with the proper orientation, which results into the formation of the product. So, in this case, the fraction of collisions is responsible for bringing about a chemical reaction. Means the proper orientation of a molecule is important for bringing about a chemical reactions. And as I have already told that it is not necessary that all the collision results into the formation of a product. ठीक है, तो second concept is that only fraction of the collision is responsible for the formation of the product. जैसे 10 number of molecules colloid कर रहे हैं तो total number of collision is 10, but among that total number of collision only small molecules, a small number of molecules are converted into the product. Only 4 or 5 molecules are resulting into the formation of the product. तो यहाँ पर हमारा क्या हो जाएगा, the fraction of molecules, the fraction of collision which is responsible for bringing about a chemical reaction. Okay, so for this, here we have the the minimum amount of energy which is colliding molecules must have to make a chemical reaction is known as the threshold energy. Threshold energy means the minimum amount of energy which colloids, which is responsible for the collision of a molecule to have a chemical reaction. किसी भी chemical reaction में जो molecules में minimum amount of energy present होती है, that is the threshold energy. And the minimum amount of energy required by the reactant molecule to participate in a reaction is called the activation energy. Activation energy means the energy which is required to activate the molecule. Okay, so in this case, so the activation energy is the minimum amount of energy required by the reactant molecule to participate in a reaction. So activation energy equal to threshold energy minus average kinetic energy of the reactant molecules. Okay, or the threshold energy equal to initial potential energy of the reactant molecule plus activation energy. Means activation means extra energy given to a molecule for bringing about, for the conversion of the reactant into the product. That is, किसी भी मॉलिक्यूल को एक्टिवेट करने के लिए जो हमारी मिनिमम अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, दैट इज द एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी ऑफ ए मॉलिक्यूल. हर मॉलिक्यूल में इंटरनल एनर्जी प्रेजेंट होती है. along with that internal energy some extra energy is given to a molecule. So for example, competitive exams में large number of students participate in the examination. They give the exam, but only some participants are able to cross that exam. Okay, तो ये हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट क्या हो जाएगा कि large number of collision is taking place between the molecules, but only small molecules are converted into the product. Means जब capable molecules convert into the product, कुछ molecules में internal energy थोड़ी सी ज्यादा होती है. along with that internal energy the molecule has the capacity to gain the external energy. ठीक है, large capacity to gain the external energy, and the molecule which has the capacity to gain large amount of the external energy is converted into the product. ठीक है, जैसे participants जो होते हैं, they participate in a examination. Some of them cross the examination, able to cross the examination, and remaining students or participants does not cross the examination. तो यहाँ पर हमारे क्या है, the participants which are able to pass the examination are the eligible, means they have high potential to grasp the thing and to attempt the exam and pass the exam. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर हमारा क्या है, only small fraction of participants are able to pass that particular exam in which they have appeared. ठीक है, तो जो यहाँ पर हमारा क्या है, जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, large number of students are appearing in an exam and only small number of students are crossing or passing that particular exam. ठीक है, तो सेम कॉन्सेप्ट हमारा यहाँ पर रिएक्शन में भी यूज होता है. मीन्स लार्ज नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स अंडरगोज अ केमिकल रिएक्शन and among that chemical reactions only a fraction of molecule is converted into the product. इतना क्लियर है बेटा आप लोगों का? हेलो, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप लोगों को बेटा? So here we have the rate of reaction in terms of number of collisions, and this is expressed as the rate of reaction equal to number of properly oriented molecules per unit volume per unit time. एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड पे एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया पे कितने मॉलिक्यूल्स हमारे प्रॉपरली ओरिएंटेड होते हैं इनटू फ्रैक्शंस ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स विद काइनेटिक एनर्जी इक्वल टू और ग्रेटर देन द थ्रेशोल्ड एनर्जी. ठीक है, so this gives the rate of a particular reaction. So the activation energy is defined as the additional amount of energy supplied to the reactant molecule to reach the threshold energy state or the energy, जिसको हम लोग energy barrier कहते हैं, or the activated energy state, so that their collision may result in a chemical change. Okay, so activation energy EA equal to threshold energy minus energy already present in a molecule. Is that clear? So here we have a graph for exothermic reaction and for the endothermic reaction. In this case, first we take the case of the exothermic reaction. That is, there is a potential energy. Graph is plotted between the energy potential versus reaction in progress. And here, suppose we have the reactant A plus B, and this reactant is converted into the product C and D. Okay. So in this case, the energy of the reactant increases up to the energy barrier. This is the curve जो है, this curve is an energy barrier. Up to this, the energy of the reactant increases. Here the from as the energy is given to a molecule, the old bond which is present in a reactant molecule is broken, है ना? तो यहाँ पर हमारा क्या होता है, इंटरमीडिएट कॉम्प्लेक्स का फॉर्मेशन होता है. दैट इज द एक्टिवेटेड कॉम्प्लेक्स. इट इज नोन एज द एक्टिवेटेड कॉम्प्लेक्स. And after this activated complex, the reactant start converting into the product. ठीक है, so the formation of the product takes place at the low energy state. यहाँ पर हमारी reactant की एनर्जी ज्यादा है, product की एनर्जी कम है. And when the product is formed, then some amount of energy is given out. Okay, so this type of reaction is the exothermic reaction, and there is no need to provide an extra energy for the reaction. Is that clear? This is the first case. And next graph is for the endothermic reaction. Now endothermic reaction means the reaction in which the energy of the reactant is less and the energy of the product is high, more. So such type of reactions के लिए we have to give the external energy for the proceeding of the reaction. So when we plot a graph for the endothermic reaction, here the reactant energy is less and activated complex, so as the energy increases, the activated complex is formed, and that further activated complex or the reactant is converted into the product. So this activated complex or the transition state or intermediate state is a intermediate condition where the old bond is not completely broken and new bond is not completely formed. This is a middle state. Okay, is that clear? So there is a significance of the activation energy. Now, in order to react, the colliding molecules must have total kinetic energy equal to or greater than the activation energy, which is the minimum amount of energy required to initiate a chemical reaction. किसी भी chemical reaction को initiate करने के लिए, for the formation of a product, the minimum amount of energy is required that energy is the activation energy. ठीक है, so this reaction की activation energy overall कम होती है, that reaction is a faster reaction where the activation energy is quite higher. Activation energy ज्यादा होने का मतलब क्या है कि large amount of the energy is given to a molecule for the proceeding of the reaction. Is that clear? So here we have a graph that is the effect of catalyst on the rate of a reaction. Now अभी जो हमने ग्राफ डिस्कस किया था that was in absence of the catalyst, simple reactions थे, ठीक है, and so that was the simple reaction. Now let's see what is the effect of catalyst on the reaction rate. Now generally catalyst provides an alternate path for the reaction mechanism, ठीक है, by which the potential energy barrier, ये जो हमारा activated energy state होता है, this is the energy barrier between the reactant and the product is lower. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर ग्राफ में देखिए catalyzed और uncatalyzed reactions में when the reaction is without catalyst the potential energy barrier is higher, and when the reaction is catalyzed reaction the activated energy is lowered by the catalyst by providing an alternate path for the reaction and the reaction proceeds in a faster way. ठीक है, तो कोई भी reaction अगर हमारी fast स्लो रिएक्शन है और कैटलिस्ट ऐड करके रिएक्शन हमारी फास्ट हो जाती है, इसका मतलब क्या है कि कैटलिस्ट इज प्रोवाइडिंग एन अल्टरनेट पाथ फॉर द रिएक्शन बाय लोअरिंग द एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी ऑफ अ रिएक्शन. ओके, इतना क्लियर है बेटा आप लोगों का? हेलो हेलो, मेरी आवाज बेटा आप लोगों को सुनाई दे रही है? So there are certain drawbacks of the collision theory. That is, this collision theory does not explain for abnormally high rate, very high rate of reaction. It is not. It remains unexplained by the collision theory, and this collision theory was unable to explain the reversible and the complicated reactions. And it also fails in case of the chain reactions and in case of bimolecular polymerization of ethylene. So in a polymerization, this collision theory was totally failed. In a chain reaction, it was failed. In a reversible and complicated reaction, that reactions remains unexplained by the collision theory. So all these are the drawbacks of the collision theory. So to overcome all these drawbacks, there is a next theory, that is the activated complex theory and the transition state theory. Now this theory, इस theory को हम लोग कल डिस्कस करेंगे, ठीक है बेटा? So आज जो मैंने डिस्कस किया है आप लोग उसको एक बार देख लीजिएगा, and in case if you have any doubt then we can discuss it in the class. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Wait just a minute.